All right, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekach, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I want to start this lesson in the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis 6, chapter 6, verse 5. It says, "And God, the Most High Yahweh, saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." You see, and that's what's going on now. The imagination of the thought of a lot of people in the world today, it's only evil continually because wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And just like back then, in the time of Genesis and in the ancient times, the same thing is going on now. As a matter of fact, let's get this. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, "The thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." Which means what? That wickedness was great back then in the ancient times, and wickedness is also great in this time. So let's show you, give you an example of how wicked these people are here. These people that don't know the Lord. All right, let's play this video. The heading says, "Justice for Pizza Restaurant Workers Shot by Customers." All right, let's play this video.
Thank you for joining us for Fox 2 News at 6. I'm Mandy Murphy.
And I'm Shirley Washington. First on Fox, a pizza order disagreement turns into a double shooting. And only Fox 2 has the police body cam video.
The gunman is now in prison after the brave testimony of the women who were shot. Here is Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes with how the frightening case ended in justice.
Two young women were working at this Delwood Domino's on West Florissant, just south of 270, when they were shot working their shifts 2 days before Christmas in 2023. They were shot by a customer angry about his pizza.
Who shot?
Me.
Where at?
On my back.
One of two workers targeted for doing their jobs. Fox 2 exclusively obtained this police body cam video showing the response from the North County Police Cooperative.
She shot here and she shot over there in her leg.
Two 20-year-old women survived to put the shooter in prison. This man, Yuri Hall, seen at the same pizza place a few hours earlier with his girlfriend.
That's okay. These started more than they can handle.
We are blurring the girlfriend because she was never charged. Despite her words, she was not the one who returned with the gun.
We gonna handle this ourselves.
What time they close?
Haunting words that Hall came back to deliver on.
It was a very well-planned, well-thought-out, premeditated attack.
Detective Sergeant Ben Santoyo with the North County Police Cooperative.
When your kid goes to work, you just don't expect them to come back shot.
The co-op captured the shooter, and the victims stood up for themselves.
They used their voices.
Prosecutor Melissa Price-Smith says even solid cases fall apart when victims back down.
They are true heroes. Many people will not come forward out of fear.
This victim says the defendant tried rattling her at trial.
He looked at me up and down. He actually tried to intimidate us, but you're not going to intimidate me, and you already did shot me 3 times.
She asked not to be identified.
In the midst of us shooting, I stuck my hand out to keep the person next to me from being hurt.
She lost a finger and was also shot in her thigh and hip. We also talked to her co-worker who was shot in the back. They both survived, but will always struggle.
It sucks because, now I have to find a job around my disability.
Assistant Prosecutor Nick Stratman took the case to a jury.
They were there for every step.
He also credited the victims for getting a conviction that sent Yuri Hall away for 33 years.
It's because of these two women that St. Louis County is a safer place today.
For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
All right, and as you can see, wickedness is exceedingly polluting the earth. You see, people are just more evil than they have ever been, which is prophecy. It was prophesied to be like that in the last days. So let's get this scripture in Matthew. This is Matthew. Let's see. This is Matthew. Let's start at Matthew 24. Let's start at verse Salakia. Let's see. It's a good chapter. Chapter 24 is a good chapter. All right, let's start at verse 3. It says, and as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, this is talking about Yahushua, who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. This is Yahushua HaMashiach that it's talking about. It says, and as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Which is the end of the what? First earth age. Not the world, not the earth. The earth abideth forever. But when is the end of the first earth age going to happen? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many, which you have that going on right now in the latter days, in this time. Let's see, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, which we're hearing now. And heard what, last year and the year before last year, Russia and Ukraine, Iran, and Israel had some commotions, you see. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. The end of the first age is not yet, because more prophecies has to be fulfilled. Verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, which we're heading to this even more. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which we're experiencing that now. Earthquakes happened a lot last year, and more are to come. Famines are going to happen. Pestilences. 2020, 2021, the Ovid, you see. And now there's another pestilence that's out. That this devil is bringing out. Let's see. Salakia. Let's see if I can find it. Salakia, bear with me. I know I had it. I think it's Salakia. But let's as a matter of fact, yeah, I would have to. Well, I'm going to do a separate lesson, but yeah, it's a pestilence that's out. Let's see. Salakia, bear with me. Let's get back into Matthew 24. It says, all right, pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which we're seeing this happen now, and it's in this time, in the latter days. Verse 8, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows, you see. So we're in the beginning stages of the end of this earth age, of the end of the world. The first earth age. All right, verse 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, for truth and righteousness' sake. See? So many of the men of the Lord are going to be persecuted, going to be afflicted, and some of them are going to be unalive, you see, for righteousness' sake, for the truth's sake. So this is coming. Verse 10, he said, then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, you see, because they're going to be, their wickedness, their evil ways are going to be exposed, and the truth is going to cut them. So they're going to be offended by the word. They're going to betray one another, and shall hate one another, because because wickedness has what? exceedingly polluted the earth. You see? Verse 11, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many, which this is happening now. But many more are going to come up and claim to be anointed, which they're not. And the Lord, didn't send them, but they're going to supposedly claim, they're going to claim that they're, that the Lord sent them, which he really didn't. So many false prophets are going to arise even more. All right. Verse 12, it says, and because this is the point, it says, because iniquity shall abound, which what is iniquity? Sin upon sin. The love of many shall wax cold, which, as you experienced in that video, that guy, he shot those workers. You see, because people in today's society now, they're heartless. The love of many, the respect, you see, the admiration for your fellow man, it's beginning to wax cold, you see. So this is prophecy, as you saw in the video. All right. And many more situations like this is going to happen. You see.
Just don't expect them to come back shot.
The co-op captured the shooter, and the victims stood up for themselves.
They used their voices.
Prosecutor Melissa Price Smith says even solid cases fall apart when victims back down.
They are true heroes. Many people will not come forward out of fear.
This victim says the defendant tried rattling her at trial.
He looked at me up and down. He actually tried to intimidate us, but you're not going to intimidate me, and you already did shot me 3 times.
She asked not to be identified.
In the midst of us shooting, I stuck my hand out to keep the person next to me from being hurt.
She lost a finger and was also shot in her thigh and hip. We also talked to her co-worker who was shot in the back. They both survived, but will always struggle.
It sucks because it's like now I have to find a job around my disability.
Assistant Prosecutor Nick Stratman took the case.
You see, so the love of many is waxing cold. More situations like this and even worse is going to happen. People are going to, show how heartless they are because they're full of sin and iniquity. You see. So I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Erech HaQuadash. Shalom.